All right, Parker, so we are going to practice our syllable division. As you know, this is a strategy that will help you with vocab and word attack skills when you encounter an unfamiliar word. Okay, so we have 4 words here that we're going to practice dividing by syllables. So what I'd like you to do, and actually just so you know, I'm going to keep our pattern list out, and this will help us when we're looking for the patterns on where we want to divide, okay? Okay, so let's look at this first word. I'm going to block the rest. Actually, that's not a blank piece of paper. There we go. All right, so here's our first word. So we're not going to read the word. We're just going to practice dividing it by syllables. So what I would like you to do is find the first 2 vowels, okay, and underline them and label them with a V. So can you find the first 2 vowels, not including magic E? Nice job. So what we want to do now is we want to connect them with the bridge. Maybe I'll move that so it's easier. Connect them with the bridge.
Can I do it right here? Just on this?
Yeah, that's fine. And then make sure you underline and label the letters above the bridge with a C.
Oh my god, it's on the split.
Okay. Now, when we're looking at that, do you see any pattern? Like, what does it look like?
It looks like it has like, so it's V, so it's like VC and then CV.
Yeah, so which number?
Number 1.
Number 1, yeah, absolutely. So we found the pattern, so let's divide it through the consonant. So put a line right through that. All right, and then we're gonna label each syllable type. So would that be open or closed?
Close.
Good job, so let's label that closed. And here, what do we have at the end of that word?
An ES.
So we have an E, so let's label that magic E. And the word's ending in S, right?
How do you label it magic E?
So you want to do the ME above.
Oh.
Yep. And then let's just circle our suffix, our S, and that makes it plural. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cover up and we're going to read each syllable, okay? And then we'll blend. So what does that first syllable say?
Cup.
And the next syllable?
Cake.
When you put it together, you get?
Cupcake.
Cupcake. Good job. Do you know what a cupcake is?
It's cake that's like all different sizes and it has like
Yeah.
frosting on it.
Yeah. So it's a small cake that's baked in a cup-shaped container and typically iced, right? We had some for our party today, which was really good. All right, nice job. All right, so let's try this next one. So we're going to go through, okay, find your first 2 vowels, underline them, and mark them with a V. Nice job. So draw the bridge.
A long one.
That's a long bridge, yep. Okay. Now here we want to identify the consonants, but we're noticing we have ND and SH.
There's blends.
Those are blends and they go together. Good. So underline the ND and the SH and you would put a C under those because they act as one sound. All right. Now when we look at our syllable division patterns, which one does that look like?
I think number 1 again.
Yeah, number 1. Yep. So you want to draw that line right down the middle. Okay. Now let's look at this first one. Would that syllable be open or closed?
Close.
Mm-hmm. And then here, what's at the end of our word?
E.
Magic E. So we can label that magic E. That makes the vowel that you underline say its name.
And then circle.
And then circle your S. Good. All right, so now let's practice saying each syllable. Okay, so we're going to cover up the second one.
Hand.
Good. Cover up the first one.
Shakes.
Blend.
Handshake.
Handshakes. Do you know what handshakes are?
Yeah.
What are handshakes if you had to say?
Well, if like you like do it with like your friends or your parents.
Yeah,
Or,
so
like, and you get to do like different things with your hands.
yes.
Kind of like
So it's the act of shaking a person's hand with one's own, used as a greeting or to finalize an agreement.
that. We
Awesome.
did that today.
We did. We had our debate today and we did handshakes, right? Nice job.
This
All right, we have 2 more. So again, find the first 2 vowels or vowel sounds and underline them and label them with a V. First 2 vowels. Nice job. So you want to underline the vowels and draw your bridge. Okay, now we want to underline and label the letters above the bridge with a C. I was looking at the wrong word, oh my goodness. Okay, good. So does that look like any patterns?
the top one again.
Number 1 again, good. So you want to draw that line separating the syllables. Okay, now let's label each syllable type. Would this syllable be open or closed?
Close.
Closed, good job. And this one?
Close.
Closed again, good job. All right, now we're going to read each syllable and blend together into a word.
Sun. Sets. Sunset.
Sunsets. Do you know what sunsets are?
I don't know, like, I don't know, like, the scientific word, but, like, they're, like, beautiful things that, like, the sky creates, and, like, if you see it, that means it's going to be a good day the next day.
I love that. Yeah,
I
so
love sunset.
I do too. So a sunset is a time in the evening when the sun disappears or the daylight starts to fade. Nice job. All right, last one. So find your first 2 vowels, underline them, and label them with a V. Okay, draw your bridge connecting the bottom of the 2 vowels. Nice job. Now underline and label the letters above the bridge with a C. Okay, which pattern do you think it looks like? Number 1 again. All right, so we can draw our line. We can divide the words. Nice job. So would that first syllable be open or closed?
Close.
Good job. And the second one?
Close.
Closed again. Nice job. Okay, so we're going to say each syllable and then blend into a word.
Bask.
So
Oh.
you had the K, so
Oh. Base. Oh, bass.
bass.
Bass. Kits.
So that's an E. So we want to make sure we say eh. Try it again.
Bass. Kits. Baskets.
Basket. Good job. Do you know what a basket is?
Something that you can put stuff in.
Yes. So the official definition, it's a container used to hold or carry things, typically made from interwoven strips of cane or wire. Very good. All right. So that is our syllable division for this week.